I don't want a big egg in my mouth, thank you very much. We're on. Piggy, come down and give me a papa. Yeah, we are. I have.
I'm eating an Easter egg.
Way before time. You're ahead of the curve. I didn't even have a pancake yesterday.
Nor did I.
Nor did I.
I didn't know it was pancake day.
No. Shall we
Not
power us in?
yesterday, on Tuesday.
I haven't finished my egg yet.
Okay.
Please do it with an egg in your mouth.
Yeah, go on. If
Popcorn Pundits.
If Popcorn Pundits week 71. Wow. 71 weeks. So this is your Popcorn Pundits. We give you a lowdown on what's going on in the top 10 in the UK film charts. We also like to delve into the world of what we did this time last year, which Nikky calls
Nikky's sequel.
Nikky's sequel. We also like to review a film or two that's actually out at the cinema at the moment and tell you all about it, hopefully encouraging you or discouraging you to go and see it. And then eventually Peter likes to let us know how we felt about the homework I gave him last week. Excellent. That's pretty much what we do.
We do.
Right.
That's it, my mouth is clear now, so we can carry
I'm
on.
very, very, very pleased to hear that your mouth has no longer any eggs in it.
You pressed the button far too early.
I'm on it, like a
neither of us
carb on it.
Are you off somewhere special, ce soir?
No.
This afternoon, this morning, Thursday. 71 weeks and the still
71 weeks
still
and you
can't get
still
used to
have no idea what's going on.
No.
Peter, would you like to give us the top 10 starting from the top? And
Number
working
10,
right down?
Jesus.
Jesus!
It's
Jesus.
Jesus
time of the year,
Christ
actually.
Superstar, live arena tour.
Oh, is there a bottom line that I cut off on the
There
printing?
is. So this is the
It's
one...
got a colon on it.
It does. This is the
Oh.
one that stars Tim Minchin, Mel C, Chris Moyles and Ben Forster, who's the one who won the TV programme Jesus Christ Superstar. You know when they...
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I like Tim Minchin out of that lot.
Tim Minchin. Chris Moyles plays King Herod. Is that his name? Mel
Oh,
C...
and he did in the musical, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, but that's in Jesus Christ Superstar.
That's what I said.
This version of it. So obviously, it's the contemporary version of reimagining.
Oh, is
that.
this not a movie?
No.
This is
It's
a live
theatre.
stage show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, let's go then.
Oh, we spent
Let's
far
get
too much
some
time talking about
exactly.
this. Number 9,
I mean, to
I'm
be-
still here.
To be fair, though, if they were to release it after Easter, it would be more poignant.
Well, yeah, okay.
Don't get him started, Peter. Don't ask what. Carry on.
I'm going to ask him about Elon Musk later on. Number 8,
Yay.
Rodent damage is all I've got to say to you.
Conclave.
Conclave!
It's made it back into the top 10.
It did. Wonder why that is.
It's because...
It was nominated for many awards, including Oscars.
Oh, so looking forward to that bit. So looking forward. It's so rare that I'm right.
No.
Number
Yeah.
7.
You're right all the time, Peter.
Number yeah. I forgot. I got that wrong. I'm always right. Number 7, Mufasa: The Lion King.
That's right. Colon it
We
is.
know all about that.
We do.
Number 6, Attack on Titan: The Last Attack. There's too many
So
colons.
I
There's a lot of
believe
colon.
this one is a 2024 animated film that combines the final episodes of the anime series Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Right, I think you've got to be really in that world to understand
Love
it, don't you?
anime.
Right.
Number 5, The Last Showgirl,
Which will be the film.
that we review tonight.
That's right.
Yeah. And we were supposed to go and see it together, and you put your booking online.
Yes.
I misread it.
Yes.
Booked the previous night,
That's right.
and then sent it to you.
Yes.
We both thought we were going to see it with each other.
Exactly.
And then we didn't go and see it with each
That's
other.
right.
Well, then that went smoothly.
Exactly.
Number
Professionals, we are.
4, The Monkey.
The monkey!
I've recommended this to a few people now.
Yes,
I'm
have
just
I.
waiting to hear back.
Yeah.
It's good fun, isn't it?
We reviewed it last week, so if you haven't caught up with us on that, please do.
Oh yeah, it's a good one to watch. That was 2 weeks ago, no?
Was it 2 weeks ago? I think you're right. It is 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Episode 69, your favourite.
You know it.
Number 3, Dog.
Man. Not Dog Man.
No.
Dog.
We reviewed that 2 weeks ago too.
We did.
It's a very different film. Number 2, Captain America: Brave New World.
We reviewed that last week.
We reviewed that last week, and that's why you forgot.
100%. Now, I have had a contrasting review from Tucker TV. I may ask them to send a review in because they disagreed with our review of not liking it. They thought it wasn't too bad.
Oh, okay, because I also had a contrasting review, but that was from a 17-year-old boy.
I don't mind that. Bring it on. I'll take it any way it comes.
Yep, he still hasn't sent his review in.
Yes.
Tut.
What's number one, Peter?
Paddington in Peru. Who would have thought who would have thought it would have stuck around that long after Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Bridget Jones, mad about the boy.
Isn't she just?
Yep.
Yes.
All those middle-aged ladies are queuing up down the street.
Well, Nikki liked it.
Okay,
I
brilliant.
mean, I gave it a 7.
There you go. Which is, So it's your top 10.
It's neither here nor there, is it? A 7?
I have a fun fact about the top 10 this week.
Please do.
And please correct me if I'm wrong, but the top 3 have been the same for the past 3 weeks. So week 69, week 70 and week 71. And I believe that we haven't actually had this on the podcast before.
Ooh.
So if you
I
listen...
concur.
If you listen back to 69 and 70,
yes,
it'll be in that exact same order, the top 3.
Well spotted. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
producer.
it's my job.
Yes, indeed. So that must really hold like a stagnant moment in cinema.
Must it?
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
we've been doing it
Stagnant
for 71 weeks, and I don't think we've experienced that. We've probably had the same top 2 or 3.
Maybe, yeah.
For like a week or 2.
Yeah, we have had some stagnant moments in film.
Mm.
I mean, I think there was some time during the 40s where there was like a month of painful cinema.
But I don't think
1940s?
I don't
No,
episodes. Oh my god. But I don't think it's in the top 10. I don't think it's always been the same 3 each week.
No, I think you've actually nailed it.
So yeah.
There's that Harold Lloyd.
Those propaganda movies where it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling.
Wow.
I went
There
there.
we go.
I went there.
Right. That egg has really caught my throat.
Has it? Do you want some
I've
water?
got coffee coughs. I've got some. It doesn't really seem to be helping.
Okay.
Okay, so we went to see The Last Showgirl this week, and it. Sorry, you're doing a face like I'm wrong.
No, I'm just drinking.
Oh, it might be slightly old. It's been in the fridge for a few days open.
No, I quite like it.
Yeah.
It's got some age to it.
Yeah. Picky.
So we went to see a film called The Last Showgirl. Slightly under the radar, not overly publicised, I don't think.
I think it's been massively publicised because of the awards season. She's been around a lot, and there's been a lot of talk about her in this film and the resurgence of her and her decision to appear publicly without makeup and everything. And I think it's been a very, very advertised film and a PR'd film for certain.
You must be getting your streams of information from a different place than I.
Did this not cross your radar at all?
Not. I mean, the only radar that's been highlighted for me is the odd trailer at the cinema, and that's about it. Not seen any footage. Mind you, I've gone dark on social media, so you probably find.
Oh, only a week ago. Get over yourself.
5 weeks now.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You don't even know that you don't. You're on social media. How do you know? If
So what day is it? Who are you? So anyway, carry on.
Well, yeah. So basically, I didn't really know much about the actual film itself, but I knew that she was in this, and I
Yes.
knew the type of character that she played.
Yes.
And the trailer is very, very short and very, very. It's very Gia Coppola. It's very Coppola-esque, isn't it?
Yes.
And
It's atmospheric rather than information driven.
and sad and
poignant.
The trailer just comes across really sad, and the trailer basically portrays her as a showgirl who's basically in the twilight of her career.
Sure.
And then you watch this film, which it's only like an hour and 25 minutes long.
Very short film.
And it's one of those films that is basically it's just a drop in and a pull out of someone's life.
A bit like Nikki's Meat.
Sorry, carry on.
Are you like sexually giggling?
No.
Oh, okay.
Carry on. She's got pineapple in her mouth.
And there's no kind of sensationalism
Nope,
about it.
not at all.
It's just in their lives, and it's basically talking about how Shelley has been performing in I forgot what the show's called, but basically a Las Vegas showgirls show for 30 odd years.
That's right. Razzle dazzle.
The razzle dazzle, and abruptly comes to an end.
That's right.
And
Given a 2 week notice.
and it's got Dave Bautista
That's right.
as like the show producer.
Yep.
And it's got
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis as like her friend who's a bar lady at the local casino. And then you've got Billy Lord who plays Pamela Anderson's daughter, and like one of the first scenes is Shelley getting very excited for her daughter coming over, and it becomes really obvious very early on that it's a very, very poor relationship between the two of them. The daughter doesn't really want to be there, she doesn't want to stay for dinner, and it is just an hour and 25 minutes of this story unfolding, and and it is quite a sad story.
It is.
And it's quite interesting because they kind of touch on subjects that you wouldn't really think about, and I found the relationship between Shelley and Hannah really interesting, actually, because in some aspects it kind of crossed over quite a lot to my own life, weirdly, that someone has dedicated their life to their work.
And you've been a dancer for a long time.
I have, absolutely, and I'm hopefully it's not coming to an end in 2 weeks. but the kind of realization of what you've missed, and sometimes you think of that as a parent, and sometimes your kids think about that of you as as a grown up, and the relationships between Pamela Anderson and Dave Bautista were really interesting, and sometimes sweet, sometimes really sometimes very shallow, and sometimes surprisingly deep without really kind of going too deep into it. And the relationship between Pamela Anderson and the younger dancers, and Pamela Anderson's absolute emotional conviction that the razzle dazzle is such an important media, and the young girls basically just thinking of it as a titty show, so I found this really, really quite interesting.
Yeah.
It's I'm actually really intrigued to hear what you think about it, because I'm imagining that this film is quite Marmite. I've got an opinion on it,
yes.
and I think a lot of people would go and see this and actually find it quite boring and not very inspiring. That the subject matter is a little bit dour and a little bit kind of, and it hasn't got a huge plot. It doesn't go a long distance. No. It's literally just a couple of weeks in the life of Pamela Anderson's character, and so.
Well, to me, you're 100% right. The lack of surprises, the lack of curveballs in this film puts you in a comfortable space immediately. There's a lot of style over substance within this film. However, I felt that the cinematography was incredible, particularly the scenes on the roof with the rhinestones, and the poignant moments of dancing in without any text at all, for both characters, both Jamie Lee Curtis and for both Pamela Anderson. I felt Pamela Anderson, I think it's very character driven rather than story plot driven.
100%. Yeah.
So Pamela. I'm not really familiar with Pamela Anderson's work. I didn't even watch Baywatch when I was younger, and I certainly didn't watch Barbed Wire, which is her which her big movie after Baywatch. So I'm coming to Pamela Anderson purely just knowing her two-dimensional, character-driven, sort of late 80s, early 90s sort of caricature that the world knows it as, so to speak. Now, I was never quite sure. The question I was asking myself all the way through this film, Pamela Anderson plays a character that is overly sentimental, incredibly unfocused, overly enthusiastic about something that is collapsing around her. So to the point where there's a point of disbelief that it's going to be over, and also the lack of planning after what's going to go on after the club closes or the show closes down, and she comes across as a very scatty character that is very well meaning, but with no conviction and no level of commitment apart from just dance. And I wasn't quite sure whether or not we were watching an actor acting, or whether we were watching Pamela Anderson playing herself.
That's a really interesting point, because there was about a third of the way through the film, I felt the same way. I was like, I'm not quite sure how well Pamela Anderson is acting in this, or whether we're just watching Pamela Anderson be Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
And I, at that point, I gave the film the benefit of the doubt and thought, actually,
That's exactly what I did.
this is performance. And actually, I think Pamela Anderson has actually created a really stunning character, and I think she played it really well. And the reason it's a question mark is because she's playing a character beautifully who is actually, in all intents and purposes, quite similar to her as a human being. And I don't know whether that takes more skill as an actor to be 10% away from who you actually are, as opposed to 100% away from who you are. But she definitely plays a character, I think, beautifully.
Very similar to, and we'll come to this in a moment with the Oscars, with Real Pain. And the supporting actor, Real Pain.
Yeah.
There is a moment of thought, thinking to himself, well,
I
plays himself to sort of.
100%. And I think Pamela Anderson is more detached from herself than than Kieran Culkin plays.
100%. I agree with you completely.
And actually, I think her acting in this is. So I read a review that someone else had written, and they basically akin her to like the big 1950s actresses, and like that kind of, and
aesthetics,
comparing her to Marilyn Monroe, where they basically got these strong, vulnerable characters, and actually reading that, I was just like, actually, that is exactly what she's done. Now, Jamie Lee Curtis on the flip side is, I mean, she plays probably the most characterful character in this, doesn't she?
Very much so.
And
yes. She plays a character you're not quite sure if it's all going to kick. Every time she's on the screen, you're never quite sure if it's going to kick off or not.
Yeah, and also, it has kicked off in her life, and she treats it like it doesn't matter. And like some of the things that happen to her, and she just reacts in the most like unexcited way about something so massively influential to her life happening that you're just kind of like, wow, this is a woman who has been through a lot.
Yes, and she and even the way that her makeup is, and her costume, and the way that she moves, and everything else, and her hat, and everything else, and that pale lipstick really emphasised. Really emphasised, and
it's a really uncomfortable look, isn't it? I mean, that scene where she's getting changed in the dressing room.
That's correct. Yeah,
and she's just dancing really provocatively.
That's right.
And because you're a big fan of hers, aren't you? And what was the film that she did with Arnold Schwarzenegger where she swings around the bedpost?
That's True Lies.
True Lies.
Yes.
And I think surprised everyone about how incredibly sexy she was in that.
No, it didn't. Not me.
Well, it did me.
Trading Places.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is not a million miles away from Demi Moore doing The Substance.
I agree.
It's a very, very open, honest performance, and to
me, the whole film is a little bit dirty. It's a little bit messy. It's the I was speaking to somebody, and a friend of yours this morning, about the lenses of the film. Okay, and I don't know whether you noticed at the start. I don't know how long it took you to get used to the lens with this movie, but for the first 10 minutes or so, my eyes were darting from one place to the other continuously. Because if you notice that the actual film itself is only focused in the middle of the screen. Either side is blurred out. Now, the associate I spoke to this morning mentioned that there's a lot of directors using something that, and I think it's a Russian lens that focuses purely on the middle of the screen and gives you almost in an Instagram sort of styly sort of thing. But it's a very special lens apparently that they're using. So I'd be interested to know if that's the case with this film, because it really felt that way. But literally the first 10 minutes, it was a little bit off-putting.
Well, yeah, but then also, I mean, a lot of the kind of visualization in the film is the close-up shots of rhinestones and Las Vegas sunshine, light and sparkle and everything, and
the lack of, because obviously the whole premise of this film is to do with the stage show, like with the rhinestones and everything, and you virtually see nothing of that at all until near the end of the film, which I really, really enjoyed. The lack of dancing on stage. It was all character driven, all backstage, all to do with in their homes and driving around and how they approach their everyday life rather than actually being on stage itself. I thought was quite interesting.
Absolutely, yeah.
So To me, there's not an awful lot else to say. His costumes are incredible. I thought Dave Bautista was fantastic in it.
He was so good in this.
He seems to have a very focused, structured acting style now, where he plays a fantastically gigantic physical character, because obviously he's a fantastic physically character person, but with the softest of hearts. And there's a lot of emotion behind his eyes as well, I think, and I think he plays that. His timing is really good.
Well, because I thought the soft heart thing, I don't necessarily agree with, because he's in this, he's actually emotionless. I mean, the scene where they're talking about Pamela Anderson's paycheck, where it would be so easy for him to be really, empathetic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and trying to support her as much as he possibly can. And he basically is sitting there while she's like, "Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
I've got no money. Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so this is less because and he gets like, yes, we're not doing 7 days a week
but
anymore.
I felt
and they deducted that tear from my outfit.
Yeah.
He's like going, well, yeah, you ripped your outfit.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking, fucking hell, man, give the girl a cuddle.
Yeah, but the way I felt about that was that wasn't his. He was just literally working for the man.
Oh yeah,
and he was just
no, absolutely. But there was just no heartfeltness or empathy in that, and I felt that was actually, again, really good acting. I thought he was really good in it.
Yeah, I know. Now, before we finish, before we give our scores, and before Nikki gives any sort of goofs or any sort of background bits and bobs like that, let me ask you a question. The last, particularly, it may tip off during the movie itself, but particularly the last scene where you've got the dancing, and you've got Pamela Anderson, and she's like standing there and she's smiling, and she's watching the two characters in the audience, which won't give that away. Who did who? What did you think? What did you think about that scene?
This is great silence for the podcast.
Wow. What did I think? What do I think the scene meant, or how did it?
Yes.
What did you think?
What did you think the mean? Did you think the scene? Did you think the scene was as you were seeing it, or did you think it meant something else?
I think it meant something else.
I felt that the two characters weren't there at all.
They weren't there at all.
Not in the slightest.
No, I'm absolutely certain they weren't there.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just her projecting.
Exactly. And which was basically her entire way of seeing everything about the razzle dazzle.
That's right.
Yeah.
And however, that sparked off a sort of moment of looking back for the rest of the hour I was watching. I'm convinced there were certain moments within the film where her interaction with her daughter wasn't real.
Oh, okay. Well, and that's
because it was so schizophrenic.
Yeah, that's going to take a second viewing.
Yeah, it was so schizophrenic because you had one moment where the daughter was there going, "This is all shit," and the next thing you see, she turned around and goes, "You were brilliant." And I just felt there was a little bit of surreal moments going on within the film that didn't. That's what I left it. I left the film with a little skip in my step, thinking to myself, "Oh, it could be a little bit more than what people think it is."
I think you said something different then.
Popcorn.
Yes.
No, I thought he said skid mark.
Yeah. So anyway, yes. So that's my thoughts about The Last Showgirl.
Yeah. So how did you feel when you came out of it?
A little bit melancholy, to be honest with you. A little bit melancholy, a little bit trying to decipher or not whether the surreal moments were just me overthinking things or not.
So for me, I kind of came out thinking, oh, I don't know that I enjoyed that. And then it's really settled nicely with me.
I agree. Same with me.
So I didn't love it when I came out, but actually the more I've kind of sat on it and thought about it.
It's fermented.
It has fermented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pamela Anderson marinated you.
Are we scoring first or facting first?
You're in charge.
Let's score.
Okay.
Where are you going, James?
6.9.
7.8.
Wow.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wanted to give it over 8 and I can't.
I couldn't.
Why?
No. Just because I love what it was trying to do, but for me it didn't quite do it. And it was just a little bit.
No Samuel L. Jackson.
I forgot we used to plug in stuff.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about it for a while.
So it's got 6.5 on IMDb. Brenda Song, who plays Marianne, a lot of people will know her from I think it's Nickelodeon, from a program called The Sweet Life on Deck.
Right.
She's also married to Macaulay Culkin.
Oh,
Is
shut the
she?
fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a real moment on the Oscars, didn't
They
they?
did, didn't they?
And you know who Billie Lourd is, don't you?
Do I?
She's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Is she?
Did you not know that?
Not that at all. Thank you
Yeah,
very
she's
much,
Carrie Fisher's
producer.
daughter.
Because
Well, that's what
we
she
should
did.
know about this stuff.
We should do, really. I mean, well, you should.
Yeah, I was going to say. A few facts. Pamela Anderson's agent turned down the script without showing it to her.
Wow.
I've heard this. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Anderson's son, Brandon Thomas Lee, came across the script by chance and got it to his mother. She read the script quickly and said she wanted to do the film, and soon after that, Anderson fired her agent.
Wow.
The film was shot in 18 days, 1/8. Jamie Lee Curtis...
Pretty much 2 weeks, if you
Yeah.
think about it, yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis said she wanted to do the film because Pamela Anderson was going to star in it.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
That's it. So,
yeah.
before we move on, film references.
Go on then. You write this shit down, not me.
I felt that it had a direct reference to the Oscar-winning Mickey Rourke, the wrestler.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Because you've got an aging athlete, and they had a peak in their lives, and they're just continuing, just no matter what's happening, just continuing all the way through. And obviously you've got the fighter with Christian Bale in it as well, and obviously and also the end of Raging Bull I felt as well, where the aging Robert De Niro just continued to go, knowing very well it wasn't going in the right direction. So I think it was a brave, honest performance. I felt that it could have been a bit longer and it could have had a little bit more substance. Not the substance, but a little bit of substance. And I think it missed out. I think it could have been an outstanding film. It just missed the mark.
I think it missed the mark a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I actually I found the length of it really refreshing. Actually, I
Rather than a 2.5 hour movie.
well, as in that if they'd lingered longer,
Yeah.
I think it would have made it a worse film.
Oh no, but that's what I'm saying. If they had more substance to it and made it longer, and added a little bit more meat to the bone, I think that would have been warranted.
That wasn't the point of it, though, was
No.
it? It was supposed to be this non-sensational story about a relatively sensational person, and
Had a bit of an art house sort of movie going on
Yeah.
there. So there you have it.
Sorry, I'm just going to do 2 more quick facts.
Okay.
So, it was going to have a world premiere in LA, but unfortunately due to the wildfires, they
yes,
were
of
unable
course,
to have the
yes.
premiere. And at a Q&A of one of the premieres, Jamie Lee Curtis actually revealed it was the first time any of the actors had seen the film.
Wow.
And Pamela Anderson said the showgirls' headdresses were so uncomfortable that after filming all day with them on, she and the other actors needed neck massages.
Wow.
So there we go.
Good job for somebody, wasn't it? There you have it.
Amazing.
The
Right.
Last Showgirl. Nikki, what you got for us next?
So we'll do Nikki's sequel and then we'll quickly talk about Peter's favourite thing, the Oscars.
Very exciting.
So this time last year was week 19.
Yes.
Perfect Days was in the top 10, which was the one about the Japanese toilet
Japanese
cleaner.
toilet cleaner. Yeah.
It's it was at number 9. It's currently available on Prime, Apple TV, and the Sky Store.
I started it and I had to go and do something. I need to go back to that.
Dude, honestly,
Um,
I've given it a 10 out of 10.
I know.
It
yeah,
currently has 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wicked Little Letters was at number 3, which is currently available on Netflix, Sky, YouTube, Apple TV, and has 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And
a
June
good
the
week.
2nd, June 2, was at number 1. It was released the 1st of March 2025, has 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, is available on Amazon, Apple, Now, Google and Sky Store. We gave it a 9.3. Have you watched it since?
Me?
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
You've seen it like 4 or 5 times, haven't
Yeah.
you?
I'm never not watching it.
And you both agreed it was an absolute joy.
Right, we did.
And James, you said 3/4 of the way through the film you didn't want it to finish.
No.
And if they told you that they had made a June 3, you would have nestled in.
It's very true.
So filming on the Sure to Be Edit June Part 3 has been expected to begin in the summer of 2026. but according to a report from Deadline's Baz someone, they're now planning to actually roll the cameras on the sequel in June 2025.
And so they should do.
And
You don't wait 2 years.
That's according to a ScreenRant.com
Come on, David.
article.
Nice.
There you go. So that's what we were doing this
More
time
M. Night
last year.
Shyamalan plays.
It's
Not M. Night Shyamalan, more
Chalamet.
Chalamet, yes.
And
It's not like Chalamet's been busy, is it?
Dennis Villeneuve, isn't it?
Exactly,
The
yes.
football player.
Who's our number one director?
It's Shaq, and he's a Formula One driver.
Oh, who am I thinking of? The footballer.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
There's
Should we
no one
talk about
called
the
Villeneuve.
Oscars?
Yes, please.
Oh, did they happen this week?
Okay, so Peter said that he considered it to be a cinematic world and real world are about to collide, and this might change the outcome of the Oscars, because as we speak, the Pope was really poorly.
He was.
And he had a sneaky feeling it was going to be serendipitous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big word. So
Yay!
it was presented for the first time by Conan O'Brien, who is an American chat show host.
That's right.
And comedian. I personally loved him. It was his first year doing it, and I think he should do it again.
He's massive in the States, isn't he? And he's not really kind of presented over
I
here very
really
often.
like him.
Yeah.
And he did for the they always do that little opening skit.
Yeah.
He did it where they knocked on his door and he's like, okay, I'm coming, and then suddenly he pops out of Demi Moore, as in the substance.
Oh, yeah.
And then he loses his shoes, has to go back in and get it. And I found that quite funny.
I thought he was going to give somebody a slap.
No.
He's a ginger, you should love him.
Yeah, he is. So, I'm going
He's male.
to tell you...
I did, to be fair, yeah.
Hello.
I'm going to tell you the nominees and then what we thought and then who the winner was.
Good idea.
So for Best Picture,
Yes.
the nominees were The Brutalist, Conclave, Anora, A Complete Unknown, June the 2nd, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
Right.
Okay, so James wanted The Substance to win.
I did.
But said Conclave will win.
That's
I
right.
got it all wrong.
Peter wanted June the 2nd to win.
That's
but
right.
thought The Brutalist would win.
Right.
I said I would like Wicked to win, but I thought Anora would win.
Oh, you got it right.
Anora won it.
Yeah.
Juicy, you see.
Yeah.
Best Actress was Cynthia Erivo in Wicked, Demi Moore, The Substance, Fernanda Torres, not the footballer Peter, I'm Still Here, Mickey Madison in Anora, and I've missed someone, Carla Sofia Garçon, Amelia Perez. Did I say that already?
You did.
Oh, have I missed Demi Moore in The Substance?
That's right, yes. That's the
Okay,
one.
Demi Moore in The Substance.
Right.
You've said that twice now too.
Peter wanted Demi Moore and thought she would win it.
Yeah.
James wanted Demi Moore and thought Mickey would win it, and I wanted Demi Moore and thought Mickey would win it too, and Mickey Madsen won it for Anora.
Two in a row for Nikki so far. One for me.
Best Actor. So you had Coleman Domingo from Sing Sing.
Yep.
Adrian Brody from The Brutalist.
The Brooklyn.
Timothy Chalamet,
Yeah.
The Complete Unknown. Sebastian Stan, The Apprentice, and everyone's favourite Harry Potter villain, Ralph Fiennes from Conclave.
Yes.
James wanted Sebastian Stan to win it, but thought Adrian Brody would.
Yeah.
Peter thought Timothy Chalamet would win it. And I believe you also wanted him to win it.
Yeah.
And I wanted Rafe to win, but thought Adrian would. And Adrian did win it.
3 out of 3.
Best Supporting Actress
2 out of 3.
was Ariana Grande from Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, Zoe Saldana, Amelia Perez, and Monica Barbaro, The Complete Unknown. So Peter thought Ariana would win, and thinks... No, sorry, I think you wanted Ariana, or did you want Zoe would win?
I thought Zoe would win.
You thought Zoe would win, but
I thought
you wanted
Ariana Grande should have. Yeah. I would have liked her to have won.
I wanted both Zoe and thought she would as well.
Yeah.
James and I both wanted Zoe and thought she would. And it was won by Zoe Saldana in Amelia Perez. And she said when she accepted the award, I'm the first American of Dominican origin to accept the Academy Award, and I know I won't be the last.
Wow, I like that. And she's very good at rapping.
She is.
And
Good. I'll
dancing.
get her to do my Christmas
and
presents.
red suit wearing.
Best Supporting Actor was Yara Borisov
Yep.
from Anora, Guy Pearce, the brutalist, Edward Norton, a complete unknown, Kieran Culkin, a real pain, and Jeremy Strong, the apprentice.
Right.
James was torn between Kieran and Jeremy, but
Torn.
thought Yara would win it. Peter thought Jeremy would win and wanted him to win, and I thought Kieran Culkin would win it, and he did.
Wow. You're quite good at this shit, aren't you?
Thanks. Best animated feature, that was Inside Out 2,
Yep.
Flow, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, woohoo,
Yep.
and Wild Robot.
Right.
James thought that Wild Robot would win and wanted it to. Peter thought the same. I thought Wild Robot would win, but I wanted Wallace and Gromit to win. None of us were right. Flow won it.
Flow winner. I don't even know what flow is.
Oh, it looks really cute actually. I believe it's Latvian, and it was created on a computer system.
Okay.
And actually, if it's who I think it is, they literally got their visa 3 hours before the Oscar started.
Wow.
Just a quick one as well. Best documentary feature. The winner was one called No Other Land, which I think we should recommend to people. So it was made by a Palestinian Iranian collective, and it shows the destruction of his occupied town. And basically, it was just really heartbreaking. And it's currently got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
And available on Prime and Apple TV.
Okay.
Best sound was June Part 2.
June Part 2. Best
That's
sound.
a bit of a shit haul for June 2, though, isn't it? June 2nd.
Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. I mean, that's the nature of competition.
It is,
But can I just go on?
Oh no, sorry, go on.
I was just about to say, can I just say something? I'm in awe of your predictions, Nikki.
Yeah,
thank you.
Seriously, I am just completely in awe of your predictions. Well done, you.
Thanks. We actually got a message from Lawrence, and he said,
Mr. Ratcliffe.
just catching up with the podcast from last week, Nikki smashed the Oscar predictions.
She did. Well done.
And then I did just want to highlight one other one, which was Best Costume,
Right.
and the winner was Wicked. The costume design was done by... I can't remember his name now. Anyway.
Yes.
Paul Tiswell.
Right.
He made his Broadway debut as costume designer in Bring the Noise, Bring the Funk in 1996.
Right.
He went on to receive a Tony Award for Best Costume Design
Tony.
for the musical of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton, and he is the first black man to win an Oscar for costume design.
See, we've got Dominican Republic, black costume designers. I mean, this is fantastic, the year that we're having so far.
Do they only wear black costumes?
Yeah. Anyway, so
All
carry on.
watches wear black. That's it.
Is that it?
That's your Oscars
That's your
roundup.
Oscar
Well done,
roundup.
Nikki.
Thank
Well
you
done.
very, very much.
If you want the lottery
I look forward to
numbers,
next year.
If you want me to send you the lottery numbers, rate, review and subscribe to the podcast.
I like
and recommend
it.
it to 10 of your friends and I'll slide in the numbers for you.
How many did Conclave win?
In total, I think about 4.
I think in total about not 4, was it?
Oscars.
They definitely won 3.
Oscars?
Yeah, because you've got things like
Production.
Oh, I turned off by then.
scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hat builder.
He was asleep by that point. Hat builder.
Shelf sweeper.
Right.
Best habit.
Yeah. Anyway, it's that time of the show where we'd like to find out what did Peter think of his homework. We didn't need it. We needed a theme tune for this.
No, we don't.
Peter's homework.
No, we don't.
We really
Pete.
don't.
I might be in a cowbell.
Oh, God. So
Okay,
Peter.
so this week you set me the homework of I Saw the TV Globe.
Yes.
Which is a 2024 movie.
Yes.
It's a 15 certificate. And
Modern film.
it runs a 1 hour 40 minutes. 3 minutes short of a classic horror.
It is.
It's an A24 movie.
It is.
It's got the feel of an A24 movie.
It has.
And this basically is about 2 teenagers, high school teenagers, who are kind of on the outside of the popular social life, and they become friends based on the fact they both watch a late night horror TV program called The Pinko Pake.
That's right. Yes.
They're
They're slightly geeky.
Yeah.
They're slightly nerdy.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know the
And-
score.
Yep. And their view on reality becomes blurred over time. And this film is separated in quite large time gaps, isn't it?
So I'm getting comfortable.
And
because it jumps quite considerably, doesn't it?
but yeah, like 8 years at a time type jumping,
Yeah.
and like one of the main character kind of disappears for one of those 8 years and then comes back, and then they kind of get back together again, and it's kind of like the blurring of reality and surreal. And I kind of guess that the feel of it is basically when you're sat there watching TV and you kind of falling asleep in front of the TV, and that kind of blurred between dream life and real life.
That's a really good one. I like your analogy. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, I fucking hated this. This is actually, I can't believe that this is a recommendation. I you know that I'm a really busy man, and I did something I never thought I'd do, and I didn't finish it. I turned it off because it was absolutely awful.
This is revered quite considerably.
I couldn't care less. To me, it was like watching a pastiche of all of the kids' TV programs, you know, that are on Nickelodeon and
Really? Did you think
shit
that way?
like that. And I did not engage with it at all.
Wow.
I hated all of the characters in it. I thought that it was so arrogant and self adoring that right from the offset.
Right.
I just thought, do you know what? Fuck you all. I'm going to bed.
Wow.
And I turned it
Wow.
off 45 minutes in and done.
40.
Couldn't stand it.
Wow.
Absolutely hated it. It gets a 0.
It gets a 0.
I couldn't start. I couldn't watch it. It's
I
absolutely.
thought
I've got no idea why you recommended this film.
I
to me.
thought I really liked this film, and I thought it was a very confident film. I thought the surreal elements worked really well. I thought it drew the characterization worked really well, and you grew with the characters from age to age, and you were never quite sure what was going to happen. And that's what I really liked about this film. You're never quite sure if they're going to go backwards in time or forwards in time, or if somebody's going to die. There was an uncertainty all the way through. But it just kept going back to that television program over and over again. And you're right. The analogy is somebody drifting off in a slight half dreamlike state, not knowing what's reality, not knowing what's fiction. And there's that sort of constant question, you know, am I really here? Am I not really here? And I thought that was really poignant.
Did you?
I
Because
really did.
quite often I will sit there late at night.
Yeah.
And I'll be in that state, and then I wake up in the
You should
morning.
ring me.
And I wake up in the morning and I'll be like, oh, I wonder if that was reality or whether that was dream state.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to get on my day and forget about it because it's so irrelevant.
Yes.
And I just thought that it was like a bunch of school kids
Yes.
were trying to recreate Stranger Things, and I thought it was awful.
See, I thought it was so much better than that.
I didn't.
So much better than that. So just if you're just tuning in now, we're talking about the film I Saw the TV Glow.
We're not on telly. Who would just be tuning in now?
There might be just fading in and fading out of listening to us.
They might be just drifting off to sleep and waking up.
Is this
again.
reality? They're thinking. That's what the Tuckers are thinking right now.
It is reality. I'd say I have to watch 45 minutes of that shit.
I personally feel that we need some other reviews on this film. I think we need some other points of view about
I'm
this
very
movie.
conscious of the fact that reviews are subjective,
Absolutely.
and that's only my opinion.
But after 71 weeks, I think that's really good of you to highlight that.
I can't believe I've never even got close. Even some of the shit that you've made me watch, I haven't got close to turning the telly off. And I literally, so I mean,
The happiness of the catacombs you didn't
what was
finish.
that French horror film where the zombie one, when the guy really cool guy, man goes to a party and he's contaminated.
Yes.
I've forgotten what the film's called. But anyway, so that was another film where I was struggling with it a bit, and then I persevered.
Yes.
I persevered.
It's easy for you to say that.
I persevered, and I was really pleased that I persevered with it. There was no way I was coming back to this. There is absolutely. I will never ever watch this. And if this has any impact on my television algorithm, I'm going to be furious. Because if there's anything like this shit ever again, that's it. I'm cancelling every subscription I've got. It's horrific.
Well, we agree to disagree on this one.
Yeah, we do.
We do indeed. So you're giving it a 0.
A 0.
Okay.
Can I put that on the board?
Would you like some facts?
Yes, please.
So
No, thanks.
Did you recognise anyone in the cast?
No.
Nikki.
Did you, James? Because you've watched it.
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay, so one of the neighbours was someone called Danny Tamborelli. And when he was younger, he was an actor in The Mighty Ducks and The Adventures of Pete and Pete. So he was a child actor.
Is that the one that Emilio Estevez plays the coach of a hockey
Ducks.
team?
Yeah.
Right.
The Ducks. And do you know who Fred Durst is?
Yes, I do.
He was in that film. Limp Bizkit. He's the singer in Limp Bizkit.
Oh, is he? Okay,
Yeah,
right.
he was in that film.
Yep.
It has had many a nomination and award win. What awards do you think it's won?
Hasn't got chainsaw.
It has.
Has
it
it?
won a
What
2024 Chainsaw Award for Best Limited Release Film.
Okay.
It was nominated for Best Score, Best Supporting Performance, and Best Cinematography.
Actually, the score's pretty good. Actually, I've got to say, the only thing I liked about it was the music.
Right.
It reminded very much of Driver, but it's but I thought the film was fucking awful.
Carry on, Nikki.
The Pink Opaque, which is the fictional TV series in the film,
Yes.
was inspired by shows such as The Secret World of Alex Mack, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Right.
And the font used in the credits for Pink Opaque is the same used in the opening credits for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Is it now? Interesting.
Don't make it sound interesting.
My
It's not
fact boring,
interesting.
Peter.
Carry on.
The school featured in movies is called
off.
Void High School,
Right.
VHS.
Yes.
And VHS tapes play a prominent role in the film.
They do indeed. What scores has it got on IBD and Rotten Tomatoes?
I can't see a Rotten Tomatoes score for it, but on IMDb it has 5.8.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That's their parents posting that score.
I'm gonna.
Your homework is I saw the TV glow again.
Yeah.
Colon.
I saw the bloody TV down.
Colon, Peter loved it really.
Honestly, I was furious. Absolutely furious.
No, you were.
I was. I
Were
was
you?
really pissed off.
Oh, you're so emotional, aren't you?
Yeah, I
You're an
am.
emotional character.
I am.
So there you have it. Is it my turn to give Peter some new homework for next week?
It is.
Right.
If you don't say it's a change of tack this week, I'm literally going to pummel you.
We are changing tack this week.
Yes!
I'm going to give you a choice of two.
Ooh.
So I'm not quite sure if you've seen either. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen the second one, but I'd be interested to see if you've seen the first one or not.
Okay.
Okay. Both completely different in their arrangement, storytelling and everything else. First film is District 9.
Have not seen it.
That's when you watch it.
2009 film.
That's right.
So yeah, it's 2009 film. It is available on Amazon Prime, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and the Sky Store.
This film was originally going to be Halo, the from the television from the game, and they were setting it all up, and everything changed. And they went, nope, we've got a much better idea. Sod Halo, we're going to make this film. We're going to continue making this film instead. It has fantastic references to what's going on in America at the moment. It's got fantastic references to globally to do with immigration, to do with how immigrants are treated and how they are perceived.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. And to amazing cast, a really, really good cast. The special effects are groundbreaking. It's not a short film, but it is high octane. It's set in South Africa. It's very guttural the way that they speak, and it's not what you expect.
Guttural.
Yes, that as well. So there you have it. That's my recommendation for this week.
Thank you very much.
If you have seen District 9 out there, and it is quite a well-known film, please send us your review so you can compare it with Peter's. Don't forget to put a score on there as well, please. And also, if you've seen any of the top 10 or any of the Oscar winners, we'd like to know your opinion about that as well.
Yeah, 100%.
What films are we watching next week?
Oh,
Mickey 17.
Mickey 17, and I'm also going to watch something to do with powder.
Oh yeah, Marching Powder.
Marching powder.
Yeah.
With Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
You couldn't get any two opposite movies, could you? I'm watching Marching Powder and Mickey 17.
It's a better week for cinema.
Hope so. Hope so.
And will the top 3 be the same again?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
How can people get in touch with us, please, Peter?
In touch with us, they can
You do it
leave
so well.
they leave a message underneath our YouTube video, or they can contact us via our Facebook page. We also have a TikTok, and we have an Instagram page.
We do.
Or you can message us directly on WhatsApp.
That's right.
Or if you are streaming our podcast
Yes.
from your favourite podcast streaming platform, they have a little message button, and you can click that message button and leave your message or review. And if you'd like us to know who you are, please put your name in it, because it doesn't leave a name. Doesn't tell us who it is.
No, it doesn't.
Beautifully done. And I should ask Peter this, but I'm going to ask James. How can people listen to us?
People can listen to us via Spotify and other stuff like that. They can listen to it with their ears. That's how they can listen to us.
Peter,
That'd be quite
the
nice.
beautiful way you normally do it.
You can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or stream us from wherever you like to stream your podcast.
We've got in your pocket.
We're on all of them. It's my
Okay.
lucky pen.
Okay.
Yeah. And a door for buzzer.
Right.
And a diamond necklace.
Right.
Usual stuff.
Usual stuff. Right.
Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and recommend us to your friends.
There you go. That way. Right. Papa is out, Peter.
Conclave bollocks.
There you have it.